Right, we're back again. Here we are. You're probably thinking, where's that bloody pelican gone? He's not made a video in bloody ages. Well, I'm here. I have been making videos, just not as much as I used to, but we're still here. And we're doing this little series on this Tyrannosaurus, this budget-friendly, well, I'm calling it a budget-friendly Nitro car. And I do read the comments, alright? I read the comments and I see what a lot of people are saying. A lot of people are saying, yes, but if you buy one of these ones, you can't customise it. If you buy one of these more expensive name branded ones, this is a Techno NB48. They don't make this one anymore, but you can still buy Technos, you can buy S-Works, you can buy HPI, Kyosho, Traxxas, all the other brands. People are saying, well, if you buy one of the more expensive ones, the proper branded ones, you can customise them. There's loads of customisable parts out there. Well, listen, I don't mean to burst anyone's bubble, but I can't see what that's all about. You can customise these just as much as you can them. People say the radio gear that comes with these HSP Tyrannosauruses isn't very good. In fact, here it is. That's the transmitter. It does what it's supposed to do. It actually feels a lot better than they used to. These used to come with a terrible feeling transmitter. There's a bumblebee in here. Oh well. If you see the bee, tell me and I'll open the door. Because oh, there he is. Oh, it's not a bee. That's a fly. Anyway, they used to come with a terrible feeling transmitter, but it used to do the job. It used to work. Now they've made them like this, and this feels nice in the hand. It's quite heavy, which is what you want, by the way. You don't want something that weighs as much as the bloody brick, because you want to put it down all the time. You know what I mean? You want to be doing that. You'll be hanging it around your neck, but you want a bit of weight to it. You know, you want it to feel as if, you know, it's got some quality to it. And I'm not saying this is the best bloody quality thing in the world, but it feels like it's good. And it's not all creaky, you know. Look, listen, I'm squeezing it. Not a single squeak. It's actually pretty good. Now, I know that doesn't mean that it's going to work good. And I know the people that say them things are talking about whether it works good or not. Well, I don't know about that yet because I haven't really driven it that far. But the point is, you can customise as much as you want. Because they take the same radio gear and servos as any other radio controlled car. In here I've got a Futaba receiver, okay? One of these Futaba receivers. Come on, John. That's it. He's got one job, that John, and that's to control the focus and the sound and everything on the camera and make it all right. And he doesn't do a very good job, do you, John? No. All right, try again. Okay, there we go. John, it's still not. Anyway, you can put one of these Futaba receivers, yeah, and you can use, if you wanted to, you can go and buy a Futaba transmitter just like this one, yeah, which is, it's not top end, but it's getting into the top end of radios and transmitters. This one is, I would personally call it a low end professional radio. I know everyone's going to have different opinions. Listen, I'm not into spending thousands of pounds on radio gear, but I want something which is decent quality. Arguably, I know a lot of you are into the Fly Sky stuff these days, which is completely fine. But my point is, you can put any radio gear you want in this thing. You can even put 27 megahertz in it if you want. It takes exactly the same stuff as the other things, as these, as a Savage, as a Traxxas T-Max, yeah, as a Kyosho MP9, exactly the same radio gear. And even if I knock you lot over, it's still going to be the same, right? So that's my point with that. And the other thing is that people say, well, the servos that come in these are crap. They're rubbish. Why would you even want it? They don't work. They're slow. All right. They're not very good servos in the way they're not particularly fast. The steering servo, well, let's turn it on, is quite slow. I'll give you that. right? Not awful. It's not awful by any means. You know. But you can get faster. Yeah? You can get a lot faster than that. And guess what? I know you're not going to believe it. And I'm going to get ready. Are you sitting down? Sit down. Yeah? Sit down. You sitting down? Good. You can put the same servos, right? Hold on. That you might get in this. Yeah? In there. I know. Look, I told him to sit down, didn't I? And now he's on the floor. You can, alright? you can, if you really wanted to, right? You could literally, well, I might be going off on a bit of a limb with this, but this is a Nova B3, yeah? This is a competition engine, a race engine. This engine, right? I don't like talking about money and prices. I don't like talking about any of that kind of stuff. But this engine, without the exhaust, yeah? Just that engine, forget the exhaust is there, it's not there. That engine there costs more money than this whole car, yeah? But you can put that in there. I don't know if it'll actually fit. This is a 21, that's an 18. You could make it fit, alright? The point I'm trying to make is, for all those out there that say you can't customise these, you can. There's also loads of custom loads of custom parts. I can't speak these days. You know what, I think I just go through life with so much excitement of everyday tasks. My brain just forgets normal things like the word custom. There's quite a lot, not as many as the other, I know that, but there's quite a lot of custom parts that you can buy that are designed for this car and for all of the HSP range. And it might sound like I'm trying to promote HSP. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not even trying to promote them. I'm not doing anything. I'm just trying to. I spent so long, and I still go with it. I still very much would point someone in the direction of a more expensive, better quality brand car, whatever. However, I fully realise and understand that not everyone can. So instead of trying to steer people away from these, I'm helping you through the journey of it, okay? And a lot of people, as I say, they say, well, you can't, they're okay, but they are what they are. You can't customise them, you can't put better parts on them. You can. Bollocks to that, because you can, alright? Simple as that. This is exactly the same as this, alright? I could take that engine and stick it in there. I may have to re-drill a few holes for the engine mounts because this is a bigger engine, but it's the same, it will go in regardless. I can take the servos and put them in there. They're the same size, they'll fit, they're both, yeah, they'll fit. I can take the radio gear out, the receiver, and put it in there. Yeah, it's all interchangeable. Obviously there are some bits that won't fit. This is a 1/10 car, so obviously, you know, some things out of a 1/8 scale aren't going to fit. That's why that engine we might have to drill holes for in the chassis to make the engine mount fit. It might be too long, but I think there's enough room there. It probably will fit. Is there a hole for a... Look, there's even a hole, so you could use a starter box with it if you wanted to. I don't know. Maybe that's something that I should do in the future. I'm not going to butcher this one now because this is my prop, so to speak, for my series for the beginners, which you're watching now. This is the prop for that, so I'm going to keep it standard because that's the whole point. We're budgeting, you know what I mean? We're rock bottom, no offence, but we're rock bottom when it comes to Nitro cars because that's where a lot of people are at the moment, you know? Not everyone can afford to go and buy something like a Techno MB48. Do you know what I mean? So maybe after I've finished all this, maybe that's what I should do. We should go down the path of proving the customization of these cars. For all those people who say, if you buy one of them, you can't customize it. If you want to customize it, you need to get something expensive. The other thing, right, and we all do it, right, we're all guilty of it, me included, right? We go and spend a lot of money, right, don't we? Where's an example? I haven't got any examples, I've sold them all, but hold on a minute. I've got an MP9, but I've lost it. I think I might have left it in a car park a few weeks ago because it's gone missing completely. We spend a lot of money. Alright, we use this one as an example. What we do, don't we, as human beings, right? We go out and we go, I want to buy something, right? And you go, oh, I'll buy this. What we do is we buy something that costs a lot of money, right? And then what do? We take it apart. And we get rid of the bloody parts that's bloody on it already. And we spend more money putting more parts on it. Don't we? Why? You know, I'm guilty of it. I love doing that. You know, but sometimes it does hit me. You know, slap round the face like that. And I think to myself, you cock, why did we do it? Why do we do it, you know? Sometimes maybe we're better off spending less money on the car and then putting the parts on to make it better, instead of spending a lot of money on a good car, taking the good parts off. Arguably, some people say the parts are bad, but then why would you? Anyway, I'm not going to go down that route today. Taking the parts off that we paid for in that price, spending more money to put more parts on, and a lot of the time the parts that we put on are stronger, but then that creates a weak point somewhere else, so then something else breaks, so then we have to spend more money, buy more parts to put that bit right, and then that's now stronger, but then that puts a weak point somewhere else. It's a never-ending bloody circle. Why do we do it? Because we're idiots. But there we go. Off topic again, I know. You lot are going to be sending letters in soon, aren't you? Stop going bloody off topic, you bastard. Anyway. My point is, right, you can get one of these and you can customise it. You won't be left behind, yeah? If all your mates have got Kyoshos and HPIs and all that stuff, and you're thinking, oh, I don't want to be stuck with this. Listen, this does its job, and all you want it to do is do its job. You want it to steer, and you want it to go forward and back, forward and stop. You can't go backwards, it hasn't got reverse. And you want it to have a good distance and all that. It does its job. But if you're one of these people that sees things and you have to keep up with the other people, yeah, it's a toxic trait. But if you're one of these people, which is you, which is fine, and you really, really want, and you're going, you hypocrite, you've just called us toxic, yeah, and you've gone and done it yourself. Yeah, well, I don't know anyone who's got one of these, but I just fancied a different transmitter. I like Futaba, and I wanted something where I can put a lot of models on the same one, because you can put more than one model on this. You see, you buy a couple of receivers, use the same transmitter for more than one. That's why I got it. But if you want to keep up with your mates who've got fancy transmitters and things, you can. It's there. You just put the receiver in, away you go. You can customise them as much as you want. Engines, you can buy loads of different engines, just bolt them in. If they're an 18, the ones that come in this particular Tyrannosaurus is an 18. A lot of the backwash, the buggies and all them, I think they've all got 18s in as well. You can go and buy an 18 engine from any brand and it will just bolt straight in. Probably you might have to get a different engine mount, because some different engine mounts, but it'll be the same size, it will fit in. You can get different exhausts. HSP sell a chrome exhaust for it, but you don't have to use the HSP exhaust. You could, well, it's a side exit exhaust on this one, so you couldn't take the one off of that NB48 or the one off of that B3, but you could take an exhaust off another engine which has got the square side exhaust. As long as it's got that, you could take it off, or you could just use that pipe. You could put a pipe on. Yeah, you could do. What have we got down here? Yeah, Yeah, so we got this. I don't know what this is. This is an exhaust pipe or something. So you couldn't use the manifold because it won't. It's just a different design. Okay, and there's a lot of other brands that use that design as well. But what you could do is you could use this pipe. Yeah, this is cable tied on, so I can't take it off. But undo the cable ties, and this is the pipe. That's a manifold, and that's a pipe. You could take that cable tie off, take the pipe out, and that pipe, it'll be a bit long, but you could make it work. All right. It would be a bit long because it's a longer pipe for a bigger engine, all right? But that would go on there, and you'd have to probably get a little bit of, do something to the mount to make it fit. But that would go on there, see? And then you'd have a different pipe. You don't have to use the one that HSP sell as an upgraded part. You can use any, you know, there's loads of different designs. So, yeah, there we go. You won't be left behind, you know, if you're one of those people that doesn't like being left behind in your group of friends. You don't have to go and spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds on a car, which for you, personally for you, might not be worth it. Just because you want to keep up with your mates who've got the best of the best. You can go and get one of them, yeah? Brand new, you'll have the brand new car as well, yeah? One of them, and it'll be alright for you. Yeah, as long as you don't smash the hell out of it, but it'll be all right. You can customize it if you want to. You can buy the top end receivers if you want to. You can buy a bloody radio gear that costs 6 times the amount you paid for that car and put it on it if you wanted to. Yeah, be a bit stupid, but you could do. Well, it wouldn't be stupid because it's an investment, isn't it? So yeah, there we go. Happy bloody days. Right, there we go. I'm going to turn this off before I forget and leave it on. But yeah, man, there's no reason to. There's no reason. You see, there's. It's the same with any hobby. All right. Any hobby will be exactly the same. I've had many hobbies over the years. I'm coming away from loads of hobbies now because it's just it takes up a lot of time, you know. But I used to do CB and ham radio, and it's the same sort of thing. You can spend thousands of pounds on the high-end equipment, it's a waste of money for you. Or you can spend less money on the low-end equipment, yeah, and it'll be just as good for you personally. It might not do everything that Jim down the road wants to do, but it'll do things for you, and you can then buy upgraded parts and different things and bits and bobs as well. The same with this, you know. You can upgrade it, you can buy different parts for it, and then when you're ready to progress, if you like it and you think, okay, I like this hobby, this Nitro hobby is a good hobby, this car has been bloody good, I really like it, it got me into the hobby, and it's great, but I want something a bit better now, because obviously there's better. This is the bottom of the range, and it's still pretty good, but it's the bottom of the range. So you think to yourself, I want to spend a bit more money, get myself a new car, and I want to go up the ladder. Yeah, same as anything. Yeah, houses, you start off at the bottom, didn't you? Small little dinky house, get on the property ladder, hop, 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 up you go, until eventually, when you're hopefully not too old, you end up with a house the size of what you want, and you're in your element. Do you know what I mean? Same thing with Nitro RC. So yeah, there we go. Any questions at all, please put them in the comments, and if I think that I can make a video from that, I'll make a video of that topic that you've asked. If not, I'll just reply to it. Probably reply to it anyway. I do both. I like replying to comments, quite fun, you know. I like typing. Am I strange? I like sitting at the computer and typing. Sometimes I just open up like a, what do they call it? An Excel thing. And I make it like a spreadsheet of something that doesn't really need a spreadsheet being made of. And I just like typing. Weird. Sometimes I write an email to someone just so I can type. Yeah. Anyway, any questions, please ask. I'm not afraid. I'm really not afraid to annoy some people. The people that say, you don't do that because you can't do this, that's a waste of time, that's a waste of... Listen, I don't care. Because I see the facts, and what I think is that's not a waste of time for some people. Might be for you, Jim, and you, Boris, or you, Alfred, but Sarah, Tony, and John, That's perfect for them. Alright? So, yeah. I'll see you on the next one. Make sure you take care of yourself. And just enjoy life. Bloody phone, don't stop going off, I tell you. Enjoy life. Take care of you and others. Don't take people for granted. And we'll have a nice, happy life together. I'll see you later. Oh, yeah, I'm bloody excited. I don't know what I'm going to do now. Going to go and have a sandwich. See you later. Cheerio.